Hello everyone, my name is Nina.
My name is Howard.
My name is Vanessa.
My name is Henny.
Today we're talking about gender equality, a step towards a fair world. Have you ever wondered why in 21st century you can still feel different genders are treated unequally? Human rights seem to have made progress, but true gender equality remains a major issue. In too many places around the world, women still face barriers in education or are treated as nothing more than men's property. To address critical issues like these, the United Nations established the SDGs with the aim to keep the world safer, fairer, and more sustainable. Goal number 5 focuses on ending all forms of discrimination against women and girls everywhere. We believe Goal 5 is crucial because it is the foundation to lasting peace. Today, we will discuss areas in the world in which women still face major barriers to equality and spotlight the efforts of different organizations fighting to change that.
Gender equality is a part of human rights. Unfortunately, there are still areas around the world in which these rights are blatantly ignored. For example, in countries like Nigeria or Yemen, women almost have zero freedom in their life. They are not allowed to be educated and are stuck in the house being housewives from a very young age. This shows that gender inequality affects women more, especially in countries that haven't set laws about gender problems. What will happen if we do not make progress on gender equality? Well, for example, from past to present, there have lots of important female scientists. There include Maria Curie, the first woman to win the Nobel Prize, or Hedy Lamarr, who helped invent a radio guidance system that became foundational for later technologies like Bluetooth or Wi-Fi. These are inspiring examples, but for those countries that don't provide education for girls, it would be impossible for them to raise the next generation of brilliant scientists. The society will miss an opportunity to change for the better, and the science and engineering fields will stagnate. I just mentioned that Nigeria and Yemen as countries in which women still do not have adequate rights. Let's take a look at some other examples. In 2007, Pakistan was ruled by the Taliban. Women in the country did not have the rights to go to school, and the Taliban army used force to suppress women. Then, Malala, a Pakistani teenage girl, decided she didn't want to live in this situation and began to fight for her own rights. She started writing letters to the BBC to spread news about the terrible action of the Taliban. Then, but this annoyed the Taliban, and they found Malala and shot her in the head. Luckily, she survived this traumatic experience and later spoke out for girls' rights to an education. She has won a Nobel Peace Prize and spoke in the United Nations on behalf of oppressed women everywhere. Although the Taliban did not acknowledge what Malala said, her influence has spread all over the world.
Another example is Saudi Arabia. According to the BBC and Commonwealth magazine, women in their country were not allowed to drive until 2018, when the law was changed to allow them to drive and have a driver's license. However, even today, girls cannot go abroad without a husband agreeing. In the political spheres, women in the country could not run in elections until 2015 and weren't able to vote until 2014. Even though they have these rights now, there are still few women in the politics.
Whether in Nigeria, Saudi Arabia, or Pakistan, the world clearly faces great challenges when it comes to gender equality. Fortunately, there are signs of progress, as we can see in the case of many well-known companies who have progressive gender policy. For example, the famous cafe franchise Starbucks does not just sell a coffee, but also fight for girl rights and education. In Assam, India, the Starbucks Foundation has supported the Pruvo Bharati Educational Trust, PBET, to address challenges faced by girls in completing secondary education. The organization has provided relief materials during crisis, support remote learning, and work to prevent violence against girls, ensuring they have the access to education. Another example is the Nike organization, Girl Effect. What made this organization special is that they use the social media to bring greater attention to difficulties faced by adolescent girls. They currently operate 7 different digital programs to reach girls around the world. One platform is Chaja, which means go forth and shine in Hindi. Its purpose is to inspire girls in India with the right skills and confidence during their puberty. These resources include helping girls learn more information about sexual and reproductive health, and how to communicate with their parents about their choice for kids study, and how to prepare for their first job. Programs such as Nike Girl Effect remind us that the world is changing. So with different companies' help and support, gender equality can receive more attention around the world.
In conclusion, we would like to ask you to reflect on gender equality as one of the most serious problems in the world. Malala's stories and the current situation of backward countries remind us that the lack of basic freedoms is still a daily struggle for many. In Taiwan, we already enjoy better treatment than many other countries, so it is time to give others equality. If we can take small actions in our life, we can, just like Girl Effect and similar organizations, make the world more fair and peaceful. 我们是第6组，我是潘雨涵，
我是张君浩，
我是陈书成，
我是张妍妍。
Thank you everyone.